Welcome to the Steve Ames Show with guitarist Sandy Renda, pianist Mike Iannuzzi, and my special guest, entertainer TUVIA. And now, on with the show. Come and meet those dancing feet. On the avenue, I'm taking you to 42nd Street. Hear that beat of dancing feet. It's the song I love, the melody of 42nd Street. Little nifties from the 50s, innocent and sweet. Sexy ladies from the 80s who are indiscreet. They're side by side, they're glorified. Where the underworld can meet the elite, 42nd Street. Come and meet those dancing feet. On the avenue, I'm taking you to 42nd Street. Hear that beat of dancing feet. It's the song I love, the melody of 42nd Street. Little nifties from the 50s, innocent and sweet. Sexy ladies from the 80s who are indiscreet. They're side by side, they're glorified. Where the underworld can meet the elite. Naughty, bawdy, gaudy, sporty, 42nd Street. 42nd Street, written by Harry Warren and Al Dubin for the Warner Brothers movie 42nd Street. And now, here are the two mighty musicians at the guitar, Sandy Renda. And at the piano, Mike Iannuzzi. We're opening our show tonight with songs written by composer Harry Warren and lyricist Al Dubin for Hollywood musicals. Here's one they wrote for the Warner Brothers film 20 Million Sweethearts, starring Dick Powell and Ginger Rogers. You may not be an angel, 'cause angels are so few. But until the day that one comes along, I'll string along with you. I'm looking for an angel to sing my love song to. But until the day that one comes along, I'll sing my song to you. For every little fault that you have, say I've got 3 or 4. The very human faults you do have just make me love you more. You may not be an angel, but still I'm sure you'll do. And until the day that one comes along, I'll string along with you. For every little fault that you have, say I've got 3 or 4. The very human faults you do have just make me love you more. You may not be an angel, but still I'm sure you'll do. And until the day that one comes along, I'll string along with you. Sandy Renda.
Nice seeing you.
Mike
All right,
Ganuzzi,
Steve.
welcome to the show, and thank you so much for helping me celebrate the music of Harry Warren and Al Dubin, two of my favorite songwriters. Well, here we are, back again, starting a new fall season on the Steve Ames Show at our favorite taping location, the Hilton Garden Inn. Let's hear it for the Hilton Garden Inn.
Hey, for the Hilton.
In Springfield, New Jersey. And Sandy, did you do much performing over the summertime?
Well, we perform at a restaurant, really nice in Brookdale, called the Brookdale Tavern and Grill. And this time when we had a former entertainer that we had on your show.
Current entertainer.
Well, I mean a former on Steve's. Right, she is a current entertainer.
Show.
Right.
You need
Former
That's
guest of Steve.
Right, a former guest of Steve. That's correct. Long time ago. She's great. Renee Marino, and she sang with the band at the restaurant. And for those who don't know, who saw Jersey Boys,
The movie.
the movie. Well, she was also in the stage play all over the country, and Clint Eastwood picked her for the movie, and she played Frankie Valli's first wife in the movie. And I'm proud to say she's approximately a second cousin of mine. And we had a beautiful crowd. They really enjoyed everybody. And the band had a good time, and she did a great job, and so on. So
We have to have Renee Marino back on the show.
I'll talk to her. I'm sure she'd like to come back.
She was first with us about 20 years
Oh,
ago.
yeah, a
She
long
was only
time
a
ago.
teenager.
That's right. She
And
still looks like a teenager.
Yeah,
very nice, so very down to earth, and I was glad to see that.
Well, that's very good.
Yep.
I'm glad to hear that. And Mike, of course, you played with the band that night.
Oh,
of
yeah, that's
course.
right.
Yeah. How was your vacation in Cape May this summer?
Absolutely beautiful. Once again, we had the whole family down. It was a wonderful week. We wish we could have stayed longer, but
Good music scene down there?
yes, actually, they always have a good thing going. And the last weekend of the summer, they have jazz musicians come down to sort of advertise their jazz festival that they do in November down there. So there was a lot of especially good music down
I'm
there.
glad to hear it. Good weather, good
Yes,
good ocean, good sunlight,
Yes,
sunshine,
absolutely.
and good
the ocean,
music.
actually, the ocean was a little rough because of the hurricanes that had been going by.
That's right.
But it only kept us, out of the water a little bit. But the weather was marvelous.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time. And
We did.
Sandy, what's the big number for tonight?
This is a beautiful song done by so many artists. The one that I like because being a guitarist was Johnny Smith's version of Moonlight in Vermont. Beautiful song.
Also made famous by Margaret Whiting.
That's
Oh,
right.
sure.
Who introduced the song.
Right. But the one that sticks out in my mind because of the guitar thing, and he did a marvelous job on it. So a lot of guitar players copied his style of it, including myself. And then we add our own individuality to it. It's a beautiful song to begin with, but he did a great job on it. So I presented it to Mike, and he had zero problems with it, as usual. So I hope you enjoy it.
Let's hear Sandy and Mike and Moonlight in Vermont. Here he is, making his 4th appearance on my show, my very good friend, singer, entertainer, TUVIA.
She touched me, she put her hand in mine, and then she touched me. I felt a sudden tingle when she touched me, a sparkle, a glow. She knew it wasn't accidental, no, she knew it. She smiled and seemed to tell me so, all through it. She knew it, I know. She's real, and the world is alive and shining. I feel such a wonderful drive toward Valentine. She touched me, I simply have to face the fact she touched me, control myself and try to act as if I remember my name. But she touched me, and suddenly nothing is the same. Embrace me, my sweet embraceable you. Embrace me, you irreplaceable you. Just one look at you, my heart grew tipsy in me. You and you alone bring up the gypsy in me. I love all the many charms about you. Above all, I want my arms about you. Don't be a naughty baby. Come to Papa, do. My sweet embraceable you. I love all the many charms about you. Above all, I want my arms about you. Don't be a naughty baby. Come to Papa, do. My sweet embraceable you.
TUVIA, welcome back to the show. I'm so happy to see you again.
Thank you. It's
And
a pleasure to be here.
It's always a pleasure to have you on the show, and you always pick wonderful songs to do. Tell
you.
us about that
Thank
first
you.
song you did tonight.
It's from a Broadway show, an old Broadway show called Drat the Cat. Lyrics by Ira Levin, music by Milton Schaefer. Was recorded by Barbara Streisand and other big stars. I love this song, a classic Broadway, sophisticated lyrics, love song. The second one was
Embraceable You.
Embraceable You, Gershwin.
That one I know very well, written
The
by
best.
George and Ira Gershwin for the Broadway show Girl Crazy.
That's
So
right.
you
That's
really
right.
spread the generations there because Girl
Yes.
Crazy was in 1930, and I think the Drat the Cat show was from the 60s. So you really
Yes.
spread the decades there
Yes.
for over 30 years. You do so many Broadway show tunes. You must do
Thanks.
hundreds of them in your repertoire.
It's, in my opinion, Broadway shows, the Broadway music is sophisticated, entertaining, wonderful lyrics, sophisticated music. So I love it. As opposed to rock and roll, which is wonderful, rhythmic, but much simpler than the Broadway. The Broadway music is much more sophisticated, and I love it.
I do too, as you know. I like it very, very much. And I just want to tell the folks that TUVIA and I have been performing together in live shows over the summertime in nursing homes, assisted living homes, senior citizen clubs. We were in Belleville and Bloomfield, in New Providence. We're all over the place.
Yes, and it's a lot of fun. People are singing along with us and enjoying. So we enjoy too.
Yes, and when Tuvia is not accompanying me on my numbers, he's doing his own solo numbers.
Yes.
That's wonderful. I understand you just came back from a little trip from Atlantic City.
We just wanted to have a little fun, to get away a little bit. I'm not much of a gambler,
Oh, you don't gamble?
but my wife loves it. And between the entertainment there, the comedians and the orchestras and the dancing and the good food, and we try to keep the money, you know, not to lose too much.
What hotel were you at?
Hard Rock Cafe.
That's a big place.
So you're listening to hard rock music 24/7.
Really? But they
So-
have all different types
But
there,
they have
right?
all types of music and all kinds of dancing and good food and comedians.
That's good.
It's great. And swimming and sunshine and
Very nice.
a lot of fun.
So you're all rejuvenated from your vacation,
Yeah.
and now you're back to working and
Back to
gigs
work.
and singing in New
Enjoying.
York City and in New Jersey and on the Steve Ames Show.
In New York and in New Jersey and retirement communities and private parties and with Steve Ames Show.
I
of course.
appreciate that very much. Now you've got some very special songs coming up from our favorite Broadway show, Fiddler on the Roof.
Fiddler on the Roof is named the original book by Shalom Aleichem. I pretty much think that Shalom Aleichem is a nickname, because Shalom Aleichem, it's like you say to somebody, you're greeting, how are you?
Right,
You know, Shalom Aleichem means peace on you.
right.
But that was his name. Shalom Aleichem, who wrote the book, the original book was called TUVIA,
Right.
for the name of
The lead character, Tevye.
character, Tevye, which, by the way, this is my name. I'm an Israeli, and in Israel, the original name is TUVIA.
Interesting.
In Yiddish, which is a German dialect, it's Tevye. Therefore, you know, the name.
Very interesting.
So this is a timeless story.
It's a great show, and it's back on Broadway in a revival, this time all in Yiddish. But you're going to sing for us tonight the original English lyrics written by Sheldon Harnick with the music of Jerry Bach. You're going to do a medley from Fiddler on the Roof.
That's right.
So let's hear it for Tuvia.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Away above my head, I see the strangest sight. A fiddler on the roof who's up the day and night. He fiddle when it rains, he fiddle when it snows. I've never seen him rest, yet on and on he goes. Who day and night must scramble for a living, feed a wife and children and say his daily prayers. Who has the right as master of his house to have the fine water to hold? The Papa tradition. Dear God, you made many, many poor people. I'm not complaining exactly. After all, with your help, I'm starving to death. So what would be so terrible if I had a small fortune? If I were a rich man, diddle 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 die. All day long, a diddle diddle die. If I were a wealthy man, wouldn't have to work hard. Diddle 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 die. All day long, a diddle diddle rich, idle diddle 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 man. Big tall house with rooms by the dozen, right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. Would be one long staircase just going up, one even longer coming down, one more leading nowhere just for show. I'd fill my yard with chicks and turkeys and geese and ducks for the town to see and hear, squawking just as noisily as they can. And it's like, we'll land as a trumpet on the ear, as if to say, here lives a wealthy man. The most important man in town would come to fun on me. They would ask me to advise them, like a Solomon the wise. If you please, Reptavia, pardon me, Reptavia, posing problems that would cross a rabbi's eyes. And it won't make one bit of difference if I answer right or wrong. When you're rich, they think you really know. If I were rich, I'd have the time that I lack to sit in a synagogue and pray, and maybe have a seat by the eastern wall. And I discuss the holy books with a learned man 7 hours every day. And that would be the sweetest thing of all. Yeah, boy, 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 boy. If I were a rich man, diddle 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 die, all day long, a diddle diddle die. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard, diddle 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 die. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan if I were a wealthy man? Ho!
Here's a song of optimism introduced by Eddie Cantor on his radio show and written by Al Lewis and Al Sherman. Potatoes are cheaper, tomatoes are cheaper, now's the time to fall in love. Why, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker gave the price a downward shove. Grab yourself someone to fry your eggs and bacon. She can live just like a queen on what you're making. You'll find in sunshine or trouble, you're better off double. Now's the time to fall in love. Sweets are much cheaper, movie seats are much cheaper, but what's that got to do with love? Why, a talkie seems tender to make her surrender. You should take advantage of. When the picture's over, take her where it's quiet. Just remember what the hero did and try it. You're not a Coleman or Gable, but do what you're able. Now's the time to fall in love. Well, that's our show for tonight. Let's hear it for Sandy, Renda, Mike Yanuzzi, and our special guest, TUVIA. And our producer, director behind the camera, Jerry Schoenthal. And thank you all for watching. Until we meet again, remember, I love to spend 1 hour with you. As friend to friend, I'm sorry it's through. I'm telling you just how I feel. I hope you feel that way too. Let's make a date for next time we meet. I'm here to state we'll have quite a treat to bring again, sing again, the things you want me to. I love to spend 1 hour with you. Good night.